match 1. There are still 2 more to go today as well. So, Griff Laram, you said you thought this was going the way of Fnatic. Remind us why.
I mean, Virtus.pro on this map, these are the guys that got 16-0 versus G2. Not really playing that map anymore for Fnatic. I mean, this is also a map that they don't, it's probably not one of the best maps, but with the addition of Dennis now, and you saw looking into on Inferno on their T side, it's going to be a lot of aggressive plays coming from both sides now, I think. I think that VP actually took their time now, talk a little bit about what went wrong in Inferno. Okay, did we really play our A game? Not really. Now it's, you know, make it or break it.
Well, from VP side, we did actually spy them out back, huddling, their fans being kind of held off by the cordon as they were trying to take photos of the team getting ready for this. Cash, as you say, is a map where they've been hit and miss on, historically at least, and recently it's been more of a miss. You mentioned earlier factors of travel, factors of different player at IEM. Like, how does this all combine? Where is your scale on the plow? Is it fully operational? Is it kind of a 7 out of 10? Where do you think they are within their potential?
I mean, at the earlier stage of this year, they were just going down. It was a downhill spiral. And then later on, last major, they were going up again. You saw the tendencies that Virtus had before. It was very aggressive and very, kind of like when they won Katowice. You saw that VP kind of coming back. Now it's toning down a little bit more again, but you still have some tendencies that they still had last year. Now it's just that it's very uncommon, I'd say. You have good games, you have good maps, especially versus Fnatic. I mean, they almost knocked Fnatic out of the tournament they won during Cologne, so you still have it there, but now, you know, I think it's a problem when they are even the ones that's saying, oh, you know, we don't feel too well, we've been traveling so much, then I don't think you really feel too confident.
Well, they proved in Dubai when the chips are down, they can pull out a win in the bag, so let's see where they've got that. We are ready to go, as Fnatic and VP are going to kick us off one last time. Who stood out for you today? Who has been the player that you've been really enjoying watching?
I mean, all of us had a great series so far, I feel like. Neo and Snax, I mean, Snax was a point man for VP on the desk, and actually on this map, I think that Neo is probably one of the best B holders on Cash. He's the kind of guy that you can just leave by himself on the B bomb site, which is something that VP really needs now, and especially now. Again, we were talking about yesterday on Cash. This is a kind of T-sided map right now, so VP really needs to go off with a good start here.
All right, let's see what they have in store for us here, as will be Pasha spying, or attempting to spy, Fnatic players, and it'll be Crims who's the first man to get eyes on that VP player as they cross over. Now they're going to go head-to-head with an incoming Fnatic Armada. It's JW who opens up with 1 and 2. Nicely done. Pasha going to have to try and stave off that attack, but Fnatic know that they've done the job and they can just play this by the numbers now, as Virtus.pro are going to have to regroup. The 3 players do all huddle close enough to one another, and they are going to try and mount a B assault. In fact, they're not going to do anything of the sort. That headshot onto Olofmeister there will certainly have Fnatic thinking that that is the case, but if you look where that bomb is going, it is going anywhere but there. JW has frag number 3, and VP, are they going to try and double this one back? That's exactly what they're going to do. They've sold the first dummy, and now they will have free reign to go and plant that bomb. Nicely done from VP. Neo is going to have to do more than just that, though, as he wards off incoming Fnatic players. Kind of 180 headshot flasher there. Now the next one. Oh, Neo seems to love the pistol round today. Dennis is out for the count, and we're into a 2 versus 2. This is doable for Virtus.pro, as Neo sits patiently on the site, but JW goes all on his own. A 5-man clean sweep to win the pistol round for Fnatic, and cometh the hour, cometh the wonder child.
That round by VP, that's some next level. Coming in, I mean, I even thought that they would go A, because they had A was completely open as well, so it was like, I wonder if that was the idea all along, because again, when Pasha got the first kill, all the Fnatic members were there. They had mid, they could just run up A and plant. Instead, they go into vents, just tricks Fnatic completely, getting the bomb down, which is great. JW, I mean, 5-man, completely locked it down in the beginning when he got the 2 entries in connector. Great job by him.
Well, all around, that was a joy to watch.
It was a unique pistol round, I'd say. I'm hoping that Janko will break that down for us later.
If Thorin lets him.
We'll see.
All right, underway, and we will see Virtus.pro now with the scout on Neo, bought through those 3 frags that he got in the last one. Trying to spy a rogue Swede, but there is nothing poking out for him. Nothing he can connect onto. Fnatic have done a good job of being evasive as virtus.pro now look to take over the middle area.
I don't know what the idea is for VP. I mean, they have mid control. Yeah, you have Neo at B as well, but you're basically wasting all of your nades for, okay, in the connector again, I guess.
Let's see. Olofmeister and that P90 say they can go no further, and they will be joined by Flash's FAMAS. And it is just one man left standing now, Pasha, who has 4 to find. What do you think the plan was there from VP?
I mean, you saw it there later, at the later stages there, where they just tried to do the same thing on the pistol round. But it was a little bit odd, because they had full mid control. You had Neo over there as well. But you wasted so many nades, and again, you didn't get to pay out for it. And now, yeah, good job by Fnatic just holding and CT spawn there, but they could have probably used their nades a little bit better. And especially, I mean, nowadays, when you get the bomb down, even before, when you get the bomb down, you should just end up saving and buying on the third weapon round. The only team that really does not do that anymore is like NZ. They like to have those 4 spies, right? But when you get the bomb down like that, it's better just to save, just to end up coming into this round. This is when you should have your AKs to be ready to fight. Instead, now you're forced on yet another save, and then coming into round number 4, that's when you can initially buy.
Fnatic came into this the favorited side from the desk, who almost uniformly went 2-1, with only the reason of form being the other one. virtus.pro will walk straight onto the end of JW once again, but Snax and Neo have themselves a frag each, and they make it hard for Flusha. There's not quite all she wrote for them just yet, with the bomb planted and 3 players alive to defend it. Snax, though, has next to no health. Dennis is going to be the man with his P90 to potentially finish off Neo. And Flusha just dealing in pixels as he dispatches the Bialy. Neo out now as well, and it is Snax and 4 points of health to play with to save that bomb, and he can go no further. Flusha gets the job done, but a bomb plant on a save round for VP, so not all that bad.
Oh yeah, no, for sure not. I mean, that was probably more than they expected. I mean, they got 2 kills as well, so. And when they got the bound down, actually, it was actually doable for them to end up winning it. But Fnatic, good job again, Flusha. Great retake. And now this is obviously the first real round that we have on Cash so far. We have on VP, I mean, they have mollies, they have smokes, they have everything. And then you have the op on Olofmeister.
All right. virtus.pro, in the 3 rounds we've seen them, albeit none really with their full arsenal. They've been pensive, they've doubled back several times, they've either been very smart or a little indecisive. You tell me.
Yeah, I mean, here coming into Cash, you need to have a game plan. Cash is one of those maps where it's not like a Dust 2, it's not like an Inferno where you can run around and just shoot heads. You need to have a solid game plan because of how the map is structured. So you see, I mean, first round, I really like this coming in from VP, where it's the first weapon round. You just want to take a feel for how Fnatic are playing, right? And just don't do anything overly aggressive.
Dennis is taking one hell of a feel of those virtus.pro players. He gets himself only 1, though, in the end. And it will be Crims left to hold on to A, with Pasha having none of it. VP, man to the good, bomb site under control. Oh, and Olofmeister with a AWP shot that just doesn't quite connect. JW can go no further than that first frag, but there's damage aplenty to the VP players that are alive. Snax' double frag, though, will make that be all. 3-1, VP are on the board.
Yeah, and again, very good by VP, just playing very defensively, and you saw Dennis actually getting the flash in to clear off, because Fnatic actually did not see a single member up until that point, where it's like, well, where are they? Well, I don't see anyone B. Well, no one's been peeking us A either. How's mid? Well, it's no one. Okay, flash B in here, and let's take a look. He ends up going down, and then you saw the push coming in from VP, taking advantage of the fact that they just got the advantage.
Now Fnatic forced onto a save, of course, and VP will play this one by the numbers. Grenade comes in and takes down Flusha without him really actually being able to see anyone. That's exactly how VP would like this to play out. JW, point blank range, can do damage but can't do the frag, and they have isolated the second man as well. And they will go frag for frag as VP move thoroughly through this Fnatic defense. So, if you are just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, $250,000 will be decided here in Jönköping at DreamHack in the Faceit Season 3 finals. This is semi-final number 1. And Pasha just enjoying a leisurely stroll behind Olofmeister before eventually pulling the trigger. Oh! Olofmeister and Dennis do have frags apiece. The Frans find their voice as Bjarli is going to stop the rot, but maybe Pasha having a little bit too much fun.
Yeah, I mean, of course it's going to be versus Olofmeister as well. These guys have history together. You know, I won a few, Olofmeister won a few, one versus Pasha, and you know, they're the streaming team, so to speak. So they like to have fun with one another. So I'm sure that Pasha was like, I'm going to get this guy now. And it was actually a good turn from Olofmeister as well, 180, and just end up healing him.
Bomb is going to tick away, and the last man standing is Olof, who will enjoy his AK, and it'll be 3-2. Set the scene if you're just joining us and seen a big channel with big numbers. What are we watching here? First half, what numbers do you want if you're Fnatic on the CT side? What are you looking for if you're Virtus Pro?
I mean, since this is more of a T-sided map nowadays, for VP, I mean, 8, 9, 10 rounds is ideal, as is the situation. I mean, for Fnatic as well, again, looking into how they played on their Inferno CT-sided game, they're looking pretty hot. So for them, it's, you know, every round that they take away from VP is going to eventually just helping them out. So.
All right. VP waiting, and you could say for VP, in the first map, they were speed. They didn't waste any time getting anything. They used the brute force of players like Neo to create openings. On Inferno, you were talking halftime, it was frustrating. It was a frustrating performance from Virtus Pro. This time around, they seem to be blending that. They seem to have the ability to take patience and create their openings for them, which is maybe the missing link that was on Inferno.
I mean, this map is a lot more open, so you can actually take your time and actually just get the duels that you want, instead of whereas Inferno is a lot of choke points.
Here we go. It will be Dennis to open up the fragging. Bjarli cleanly swept away with those 3 bullets. And now Snacks follows on. Flusher is the next man. He has Snacks and Pasha walking around the corner. Flusher will go no further, though. Snacks has himself that kill, and Virtus Pro have themselves a man on the ball, but Olofmeister will let them go no further. Helps himself to 2. The dropping Snacks he's gone as easily as he was stationary. Now it will be 4-on-2 with Fnatic in seemingly complete control of that B site. Virtus Pro beg permission to enter, and Taz will be the one reminding them why that's not so easy. But Olofmeister just plows through 1 and 2, and then we'll follow up with the defuse as well. It is 3-2 in favor of the Fnatic side. Sorry, 4-2 in favor of the Fnatic side, who are looking good.
Yeah, 3rd round for VP in 6 rounds where they go into connector. And sure, they got the frag on Flusher there, but Olofmeister doing a great job. He actually gets 3 kills with 15 HP left, so great defense, great hold by him. Just making sure that he stays alive, getting those first 2 kills, and then just rotating back, wait for your teammates, just leaving VP with, I mean, 2 guys on the bomb side, and then it's very hard to hold, especially in a 4-on-2 situation. Pasha
with a window of opportunity there, does do damage to Olofmeister, the man who picked up 4 frags in that last round. And I want to ask you about Fnatic in the mid area in a minute. VP had a lot of joy taking control of that and then striking their attack from there. VP, though, this time have forced Fnatic all the way back. They have not used the bomb yet. So yeah, VP every round have been able to take mid and push into either the bomb sites from there. Fnatic happy to surrender that ground to just being nading territory.
Yeah, I mean, it's working out for them as well. I mean, the 1 round of VP won, they only had Pasha out middle on the weapon round, where he ended up just, you know, Molotoving and connector. So it's working right now. I mean, if they're confident in the way they're playing right now, then why change it, right? Olofmeister is very fast to help out the A guys as well, so we will see an A split coming in.
Dennis is going to be the first man to see action here, and he'll get no further than Snacks. Krims now has a full assault coming his way, but Neo and Pasha help themselves to frag after frag, and VP have stamped their authority on that A site, and there is little hope for JW and Flusher to reclaim. They'll simply try to make this as expensive as possible, and talk us through how they took that site.
I mean, the first weapon round VP won, they did exactly the same in a way where they actually had more people out mid this round. But it was kind of the same where they ended up going mid and then splitting A. Now for Fnatic, I mean, VP's done a good job in a way where they got on the connector and then split B. So Fnatic actually was very wary of that coming into this round as well. So that's why they let go of mid so completely. And Olfmeister was very late on helping out the A guys. And then all of a sudden, you just basically had a Polish sandwich coming in on A bombs on Fnatic.
It is 4-3 now. Every round counts double with the pressure mounting. Other semi-final will be coming up after this is Luminosity, who came back from the game that we casted, where they didn't pick up a single round, to have made it all the way into the second semi-final against TSM. That will follow shortly after this game.
And look at Fnatic's buy here. I mean, this is to the point where Fnatic running out of money, and for VP, it's just getting stronger. So very important round come for Fnatic.
Well, last round we talked about them not pushing up mid. This round they have, and JW's helmet is no match for the AWP of Pasha. And now, Virtus Pro able to push out and will take control of the A site, but Dennis jumps up, claims frag number 1, firing into the smoke. He and Crims have helped themselves to a hat full of frags here. Dennis has 2, Crims has 2, Olfmeister finishes off the job, and Fnatic picked up that round.
Yeah, that flash, actually Dennis threw a flash up on the balcony, and then after that, Crims actually started peeking, so it was a good job from both of the players. Crims got 2 and Dennis got 2. Great, I mean, overall great hold. For VP, I mean, for them, they got the entry on JW, but you have to keep in mind, yeah, he might have ended up dying, but they were still in full force on the A-bomb side, even though Crims only had the pistol. So I think VP actually might have just overthought the situation there. Is that, well, we just got one, let's just rush out. They didn't really use any nades, so Dennis had, you know, ooh, I like this.
Oh, Flusher. Push to top mid, will drop down now, and will finish off Bjarly. Nice work from him as he now goes hunting for more blood as he sets himself up. Taz, not sure whether he's coming or going with that random Flusher amidst their mix. Wow.
How's it going?
Yeah, tongue-tied.
I really liked it. It was very fancy though from Flusher. I mean, it's something, last round they ended up just trying to boost. Here they just, you know, run boost instead, and VP was not prepared.
But that's the only frag we've had as VP now look to push in. There are 3 players on A from Fnatic, though, waiting for this assault. And Dennis is going to be the first one to go through. That flash just helps Dennis in, and he will trade. It'll be Pasha that in the end stops him going any further. And VP struggling to really get in real numbers. Flusher onto Snacks, and now Flusher will help himself with the help of Crims to the next man. And it is Crims going one-on-one against Pasha, who has 2 more to find. They'll be expecting him on that site, but Pasha was taking the fight to Fnatic and couldn't go any further. 6-3 Fnatic, really starting to look good.
Yeah, and they've been staying alive as well. So Fnatic, their economy are getting a little bit better. It was looking very rough there. And here's the boost. It's actually really nice. I mean, you have the Molotov there, which was placed from Fnatic, so VP wasn't even expecting that.
Drops down.
And the timing as well. He just switched over to the knife. But yeah, here we do see the another save coming in from VP, and this is, I mean, it's gone to the point now where since it was very close of Fnatic actually getting pushed into an eco, but they ended up winning that round. For VP, when they ended up losing the last 2 rounds here, forced on a save, that's gonna be very bad for them moving forward, because Fnatic, again, their economy is looking a lot better now than it did two rounds ago. So
Snacks making himself as loud as possible over on the B site, trying to draw the attention of those Fnatic players, and in the end does exactly that, but it was JW whose AK was waiting for him. And what will be a save round likely converted by Fnatic will put them up 7-3, and they will be casting one eye to the final now.
I would actually love to see a timeout coming in from VP after this next round, because 7-3, again, it's in no means over. But when you have, I mean, look at the rounds that you won if you're VP, and look at the rounds that you haven't even really been close to winning. And the rounds that you haven't been even close to winning are the ones over at the B-bomb site, where you go into connector, you try and split. And Fnatic, I mean, they're doing a really good job in holding them back in that regard. Whereas on the A-bomb side, it seems a little bit more open. The 2 rounds you won on the A-bomb side was when you had guys in the middle. So what does that mean? Well, okay, well, we gotta make sure that every time we hit a bomb site, especially on A now, you should try and hit A a little bit more to take over middle first. Put pressure on Fnatic so they fall back, and then you try and sandwich them on the A bomb side. Because right now, Crims and Dennis are having a field day over there.
Well, let's see whether VP will yield to your advice. JW pushed out into mid, happy to take that 1 frag, just take the advantage and run and say, okay, we're 5-on-4, we can now let them come to us. And it is Neo who was hoping to catch a shadow, retreating back to that A site, but could do no such things. VP do have mid from here. Where do they go now?
Well, now, I mean, they're in a deficit, so they have to really try and even out the odds, get it to a 4 versus 4, and then try and do something. Because look at the map right now. Fnatic are actually guessing it's going to be on A, leave mid again, and then JW and Flush are just holding B. So this is going to be a very, very hard attack coming in on VP hit now.
It is again Dennis who will see action first. As, in fact, it's not. It's Crims. He'll say, oh, just do the solo myself. Bjarly helps him out, though, with a team frag onto Pasha, but a very, very clean defense there from Fnatic.
Yeah, and again, Fnatic, they're doing a great job in just making sure that, well, they have middle now, just leave it. Just put 3 guys on A, just make sure that they can flank us, and then just have, I mean, JW is walking around the CT spawn there towards B, and Fletcher was playing it all by himself, so just in case they come out connector, Fnatic have 1 guy on truck right here where Dennis is running through, and 1 guy by towards B, and then if they go in connector, you have a crossfire. If they go A, you have 3 guys there waiting. And you also have JW very fast on rotate, so.
So, with a save, you'd expect, with a save that's becoming a slaughter, you'd expect this to become 9, and Fnatic really starting to put themselves into cruise control, and it looks very, oh, Taz and Pasha, though, deal only in headshots, and just about give VP a window of opportunity here. Still no weapons on them, but a minor window of opportunity. As Taz moves down into mid. And will be looking for Dennis, who has spied 1, just trying to make his way over into mid. Didn't spy Taz, and in the end it is Taz that gets the kill, and finally will lay claim to that weapon. They're a man to the good now for Virtus Pro, and Crims and Flusher must be wondering how they got left in this situation.
Still a lot of time to work with as well, but VP, they don't have really any nades. They have 1 flash on Taz, designed to go over to B, and you see Flush actually taking a gamble here, just trying to stick it together with Crims, just in case they hit the A bomb site. So now you see the rotate, and for Crims, he should be rotating over here now as well, because you need to work together and retaking this site.
Flusher spying incoming VP players, helps himself to 1, helps himself to the 2nd. It's Taz who's going to have to do this all on his own. He had the first 2. He did create this opening for them. Let's see if he can go any further. Frag number 3 comes in, but Crims is there at the double, arriving just in the nick of time to prevent Taz from resetting for that next assault. And that will be Fnatic winning, albeit a somewhat expensive round.
Yeah, it was actually looking really good for VP. 3-on-2 situation. Yeah, he just got, I mean, Olaf got wrecked. That's it. Here, look at the flashbang. Look how late that flashbang is. Flusher ends up getting 2. That flashbang needs to go before you jump over towards the bomb site. Instead, it comes when after the first guy jumps over. So Flusher gets two frags there. And in reality, you shouldn't really have gotten a single one, right? So again, misplay, especially when you're in that situation where you're just about to win an eco round, and then you end up throwing it away because of 1 flashbang.
12 rounds in, they haven't called that timeout that you asked for. They're going to find themselves at halftime with a real mountain unless they can give themselves something to play with in these final 3 rounds of this first half of map 3.
First round, I think we do see an op on Neo though, but then again, you know, Wolfmeister would reply on an op himself, so. Really nice switch in pace and playstyle for Fnatic actually throughout this whole CT side, with Wolfmeister picking up an op, just staying stationary, because it's one of the things of their VP. I mean, they haven't really been taking very aggressive controls. They only did that once in the middle area, but they have actually gone towards A, and Wolfmeister was aware of that. So then just stay stationed with an op. You don't even have to spend any nades, right? Get the kill, and now you're in. Now it's a 5-on-3.
Dennis with a frag that he made look easy. And we've, well, come to it in a second as Virtus Pro look to mount what's left of their assault. The 3 players will be coming towards this A site. Taz will be leading the charge, the Molotovs back towards the JCB, and he will go in. Taz has the frag. Dennis is the only one that goes down. Fnatic have 3 big frags.
He got the double. What just happened? He got the guy running towards site, and he got the guy through the door. Oh God. Okay, I'm done. Anyone in the audience want to take over? Anyone want to call? Comment a little bit? Everyone? Okay, cool. I want to see a replay of that. That was insane.
Let's see if our Milton lookalike Nicholas can do it for us. There you go, I called you out on
Look.
stage.
What You know, when stuff like that happens as well, then you know you're in trouble. Because, I mean, you can't really do anything about that as well, so.
Can't budget for, well, for Olofmeister. And there he is again. And for everything VP are throwing at Fnatic, they seem to have an answer. 2 players down, though. Snax and Taz have helped themselves to this one as they look to actually exit B. No, they're going to... Yeah, they're just going to try and occupy those Fnatic players that are in on the B site and then get their way out of there and see if they can make a dart over towards A. Waiting for them on the rotate will be Dennis and Crims will be the first to go down, but Dennis helps himself to the jumping Neo as Taz will put that bomb down, finds himself a bomb planter in a 2-on-1 in favor of VP here. Flusher has proven many a time today that he's capable of delivering here, and he is looking at nothing. He sees the bomb, but he can't see the players. He's taking damage, and by the book, they clear that round out. It is 10-4 Fnatic.
Yeah, VP, I mean, they really well-needed round. 10-4. This is also a round that you really, really want. And again, you saw VP, the rounds that they win, they have mid-control, they have a lot of options. Now you ended up, instead of going B, you ended up going up A, even though the Fnatic had 2 members there waiting for him, and that essentially, but they have actually already started rotating towards B. So you had both of them towards CT spawn. VP just come in, nice headshot by Taz mid-air, and they end up getting the bomb in a 2-on-1 situation.
Dennis gets the frag onto Snax, and VP were looking to try and charge mid there, but the Molotov stopped them in their tracks, and they still did get a long way forward. Pasha onto Dennis is quickly equalized out by JW, and now it is Pasha who's going to have to try and pull them out of the rut. He can't. Bialy's last man standing. The half is over. Fnatic have 11 rounds on the board and are just 5 away from the grand final. McLaren, are they going to get there?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that seed side is actually really good from Fnatic. I was talking about it before, that VP needs a good C-sided half here. Instead, they end up with only 4 rounds. I mean, the last round just shows how... I don't even know what's going on in the VP camp right now, because Taz was running out middle all by himself. You see where the bomb was actually down all the way up in mid, and he was there by himself. So that even like small things like that, when he ended up going down, instead of VP having the advantage of map control, they end up losing the bomb. And then for Fnatic, all they have to do is rotate over, make sure they don't pick up the bomb, and then you can actually flank on top of that. So
the home crowd most definitely bearing more Fnatic shirts than the RVP, but it does feel, no matter which CS event you're at in the world, there is definitely that 1 or 2 VP fans, as they do know how to excite a crowd. Fnatic trying to choke Virtus.pro out of this one, as they have themselves all the wind in their sails, coming off the back of a real steamroller of map 2. They've continued where they left off onto map 3. And Virtus.pro have themselves a mountain to climb if they want to get into the final. Here we go. The second half is live, and Virtus.pro are about to answer some questions.
yeah, it looks to be like somewhat of a B split coming in. I mean, look at the 3 Fnatic members. It's a flush over there. He has a smoke. He's going to probably Molotov in vents, just make sure it's clear, which is something that he does. We're going to see a B split here.
Let's see what VP have to answer that with. It's, Pasha pushed up nicely and kept an eye on mid. Can't see Olofmeister, who was just about to do the dance with him, and he will help himself to that first shot, which is JW, and it's a headshot that gets himself the kill. Waiting to see if people push him behind, because he knows Crims is waiting there for him, and Crims does get that frag in the end, and it's just a 1-for-1 trade. Olofmeister will return the favor, and suddenly Fnatic have 2 unanswered kills, and they will look to close this out. Olofmeister being hounded down, though, by the aggressive Bialy. The Flasher is there to save his teammate, and it is Snax 1-on-3. And Fnatic have sensed that, and they will try and move this bomb elsewhere.
Yeah, now it's just about sticking together. It's a 3-on-1 situation. Just go you're going all the guys in mid, and for Snax, I mean, for him, it's all about trying to get a pick or 2 before they end up planning. This actually might, if he peeks now, he might actually get a pick here.
First 2 shots. That was his window of opportunity, and it was very small, and they know where he's coming from now. Oh, I thought they did. Flusher in the end goes down to the headshot of Snax, who has pulled it back to just a 1-on-2, which by his standards is very doable. Jumps over the top. That was his chance, but Dennis in the end takes it away from him. And Fnatic win the pistol, and the Swedish flags can begin to be raised aloft.
Yeah, actually, smart play from Crims on the B bomb site. VP used the smoke to cover off the entrance, but Crims used that to his advantage to just walk over to peek the vent area, because Pasha just got a frag from there, and then just use that in his favor, getting Pasha in vents and just open up the checker room and also open up middle, because Pasha was the only guy really holding mid and also the checker room. So really nice play from Crims, just a small little detail, because if the smoke wasn't there, then he would probably get shot from the B bomb site.
Olafmeister helps himself to the life of Pasha. And you know, one thing doesn't often mean anything, but you've not seen VP playing to the camera. You've not seen, well, we'll come back to that here, as it is going to be Neo to see action in on B, as Neo helps himself to the first. Crims is there as well, and Snacks is just chewed away by Crims, and it is Bjarly or bust here, as they are down to just 4 players. And you know, as I was saying, you've not seen that playful side to VP. Normally, this camera will be going across the VP booth and one of them will be sticking their tongue out or yelling there. There does seem to be something not quite happy there. They're not happy trees at the moment.
No, I mean, they have nothing to be happy about, really. Look at the Inferno side.
Even when they won the first map.
Yeah, but then they won the first map, they just want to win, right? I mean, I don't even want to count how many times Fnatic have knocked them out of tournaments, and then up one map, coming into these last 2 maps. And Inferno, like I said before, it's a hit or miss. That was a complete miss from VP's end, and now on Cash as well, you don't see the VP that you were expecting to see, and Fnatic, you know, taking advantage of it, and Fnatic's playing some really good Counter-Strike right now.
Well, that they are, and they will feel this game is there to be won, and there to be won quickly. JW has the kill onto Neo. He has the B bomb site to plant his name upon. 4 recovering VP players will make their way here, but this would have to be the recovery of all recoveries, as JW lies waiting for them. VP have no sighting of the 5 Fnatic players that are up and Adam, and we don't see any hope of VP being able to pull this one back, because they have just been found out as Crims and JW claim frag after frag, and this will take Fnatic, if they were to clear this one out, to within just 2 rounds of the final. A final that they've been in a great many times. They do like the center stage here in Jönköping. You've gone up against them on that stage.
Yeah, quite a few times actually, and I mean, again, it's in Sweden. Of course, you want to win in Sweden, right? And NIP got knocked out. Fnatic, last hope.
And which is interesting for them, considering they are normally in Sweden the second favorites. We'll come and cheer for them when NIP get knocked out.
Yeah, doesn't really matter for them. I mean, again, they won. Even if they are the ones that's the second favorites, they just want to do it for the people. Love the Swedish fans. For this round, for VP, I mean, 14-4, they need to win this round. If they end up losing this round, it's going to be 15-4 and they will have no money, so then...
Well, that's the way to start. Snacks onto Olafmeister as Flusher retreats, and VP take control of the mid, and they go hunting for more. Pasha will feel there's an opportunity for him, and he'll take it. Flusher out, 2-man advantage for Virtus Pro, and if this is to be the start of a huge comeback, it would need to see them find those final 3. There's number 1, and suddenly VP are making this look easy. 1 by 1, they take the kills until Crims, who doesn't have any health left after that exchange, goes in, and Bjarly will finish off the job. VP make their way to 5.
Yeah, I mean, we see the same tendencies as Inferno now, and again, it's just about grinding rounds. Especially it's 2 rounds left, you just gotta make sure that every round well, you're only gonna end up losing 2 and then it's game over, but the rounds you end up losing, you need to make sure that you have the economy to try and stay alive. That's why that round was so important, because if you had lost that, you would have been stuck with close to nothing. Now you have the economy, and then just staying alive. Next round you have somewhat of a better buy than if you would have lost the previous one. So
it's going to be Crims to first the action, as they're both flashed out, and the bomb with Crims will retreat. He tries to nade and chase. I think it's Snacks on the other side. Yes, it is. Snacks having none of it, and he stands his ground. Neo elsewhere does get himself a kill onto Crims. Olafmeister helps himself to the life of Pasha with that AWP, and now Snacks is going to peek through the smoke and sees where that flash came from and charges. Flusher escapes. No, he did some damage, but we'll not know how much, as he will pull back now, and CJW in real trouble here as he's got 3 guns trained on him. Next man, there is a man out in mid there who will challenge Taz. And in fact, mid is about to be hotly contested. Taz helps himself to the life of the AWP that is Olofmeister, but Flusher quickly in to stop the 1-2 and stop Taz escaping. Not much health left on these Fnatic players though. Dennis in the end down. And that one went frag for frag with Virtus.pro coming out on top, always having a second gun there to help.
Yeah, I mean, putting a lot of pressure in middle there. You saw JW and Vents completely stuck because he had one guy close to B, Snacks pushed in, and then he was in check room, and then you also have Taz up in middle, and VP doing a very good job in helping one another on that round. So now putting Fnatic on a save, cutting it closer, you know, working back like you did on Inferno, but so far Fnatic are so far ahead. So.
Aaron, was that you trying to build a hype train?
No, not
You've
really.
never bought a ticket to that.
No. I mean, especially now when it's like a game like this as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, VP, they can do this, but they have a long way to go.
That's not the start of a hype train.
No, I know. I wasn't planning on doing
That's
that.
a very rational yes, but.
I'm supposed to be the rational one, Stuart. You're supposed to be one that brings the hype.
I am irrational, that is for sure. What has impressed you about Fnatic? You've now seen them really tested by a good team. What do you like here in comparison to the Pro Next days?
I mean, you still have the core four, even with Dennis, and I mean, Dennis, Olofmeister, and Krims worked very well together in the LGB days. So you still have the teamwork that Fnatic players and members have had for a longer period of time. Like as Krims was saying before the game, they have more firepower now. You actually see a little bit more aggressive play from Fnatic side as well. When they were on their CT side, Dennis was probably the one who got asked to get flashed into A long to just clear it, and that happened multiple times. And that's not something necessarily you tended to see before on the Fnatic side. They relied more on, you know, trying to help each other on the bomb side rather than, well, they're just about to come, let's flash myself in and let's fight there instead.
14-7. Buy round for Fnatic and another opportunity for them to get closer to this magic number. And a grand final against one of Luminosity or TSM. Fnatic set up to strike on A as the bomb is collected and they're ready to rock and or roll. It is Taz who will see incoming Swedes through the smoke. He's isolated a bit by that Molotov, but Pasha and Bjarli help him out. Olofmeister elsewhere has the frag. Finally, Taz can itch that trigger finger. And we see Krims now having to retreat out, firing through the gun, and the pair of them will do a bit of damage to each other, but you know, Olofmeister will come in and help him out. But there are 4 armed and dangerous VP players waiting for them. And Olofmeister goes about his business. Bjarli out for the count. Olofmeister down to just 8 points though. And Krims is waiting for Taz to just show him something. Neo helps him. Now Taz does show him something. And that little bit of leg is chopped right off. Krims 1-on-2. They don't need to rush this one. The bomb is out. Krims has to come to them. And Krims does come to them. And in the end, Pasha is waiting. It's 14-8.
Good initial hold from VP, actually. Taz staying alive for so long. And you saw the nades raining in from Fnatic and VP just taking it calm. At the end, yeah, sure, they ended up surviving with only 2 members, but overall the hold was great. And again, putting Fnatic in a tough position. You know, they had some money, they could have force bought if they want. Instead, I love this call from Flusha where he's like, well, no, don't buy out. Just buy pistols if you want, but we need to have the economy. Because right now we're going to the point where VP has won 4 rounds in a row, so you know obviously their economy is great. So we need to have something to fight for that.
That was almost the beginning of a hype train call from Fifth there.
Almost.
And into the B bomb site the Fnatic players go. And into the spread goes Neo's shots. Frags coming in here, they're making this expensive, and Olofmeister is doing more than just that. He's making it painful. It's a 1-on-2. Olofmeister has weapons and a flash to play with as well. 2 kills in his back pocket. We'll go no further than that. Bjarli picks it up. It's only a 5-round deficit now as Virtus.pro strike again. 14-9. Dare I sense a glimmer of excitement from the VP fans now. Fnatic know that this is exactly how it went on Inferno. They just need to wait for their opportunity and close out the game.
Yeah, for VP, you can't allow any mistakes. And you see the op on Neo. Now you actually see the op on Olofmeister as well, along with only 1 Molotov actually, but a bunch of smoke grenades. So you have a really good buy coming from Fnatic here. So now it's a really valid test for VP. Can they hold?
Nades rain in upon that A site. It will be no commitment from Fnatic, though, as they have sat the bomb down at the back and are just scouting to see if VP do anything different. One thing we've not really seen from VP CT side is a rogue push into mid, is someone trying to get amongst them. And Fnatic, if that were to happen, will be ready for it. They don't like it up them, as they might say.
Yeah, I think if VP were the ones in control of the game, then we would have probably seen a lot more aggressive play. But now, they are playing in a deficit, so they are taking a little bit more passive, and Olofmeister with the entry now.
And that's all they were looking for, Fnatic. They're going to take their time, they want to get that one frag, and they want to make sure that when they go in, the odds are extremely in their favor. It is Crims now waiting, and he can't spy Taz, but it's exactly where Taz was last round, and he's shown himself again. In fact, sorry, it's Bjarly over there, and he does show, and it does cost him 93 points of his life. Here we go. The A assault is alive. Taz, one. Taz not going to get the second. Flusher and Olofmeister pick him off. And now, Virtus Pro are clinging on by a thread here. It is Snacks versus 4 to hold Fnatic at bay from getting to 6 match points.
Yeah, and Olofmeister picking up the AWP. 3 kills this round. For Taz on that bomb side, he really needed to get at least 2, maybe even 3. Instead, he ends up going down, getting only 1. And, you know, props to Olofmeister for this whole map. He's been absolutely amazing, winning them this round again. So, putting Fnatic on match point, 15-9. And for VP, they have a lot of money. So you will potentially see yet another AWP on Neo, but Bjarly or Pasha needs to drop that for him.
Snacks does get away with his life. There was someone literally about to strike him, but 6 match points. It would take something special to derail this Fnatic train, as they have come from behind to surely set themselves up as the world's press wait in front of that booth to crown them winners.
Yeah, actually it's Pasha with the AWP instead, putting it in the middle, just leaving Neo by himself there. Again, we were talking about it before, that Neo is one of the better cash B players defensively that we have to offer in CSGO, and you see, look at the map, he's all by himself, putting more pressure on mid instead.
And again, it's almost the same that we saw last time from Fnatic. Find that first frag and then decide what you're going to do afterwards.
Hey, just try and open up the map. I mean, use the utilities that you have. So you have Olofmeister with the AWP, and you saw last round, he got the 3 kill. Now he's actually moving towards A instead, and VP playing it very smart here, not actually giving them, a pick.
Nothing for either Crims or Olof to spy. Bomb now has been collected and is slowly making its way over towards A. We've got Virtus Pro reinforcing that A-bomb site with a 3rd man coming across now. The smokes are in and Olofmeister is out. Uncaged and unleashed. Olofmeister dispatches of Taz and will make his way out to the middle of the site now, looking to strike down towards anyone coming up from mid. Bjarly is point-blank range against one of the Fnatic players. It's Crims who goes out. Olofmeister's AWP strikes again, and Olofmeister is just head-to-head with another one of those players. I think it was Pasha that was there. It is now Snacks all alone to keep Virtus Pro in this tournament, and he can't. Fnatic have dispatched of VP in some style. They had to do it the halfway. They were made to respect their opponents on Mirage, but on Inferno and on Cash, they duly ruled the roost as the Swedish flags are lofted. Fiflaren, your closing thoughts?
I mean, overall, it was like the desk was talking about as well. They expected Fnatic to lose Mirage and just end up winning Inferno and Cash. And Olofmeister dropping 30 in the last map there, just really showing that he's still here to play. Really good series, I'd say. It just shows how good Fnatic are right now. And moving forward in the final, we'll see who they're going to end up playing.
What final do you want to see? On day 1, you said you wanted to see a Fnatic TSM final. That's still the case?
I really want to, actually, yes, I still want to see a Fnatic TSM final, but the way that Luminosity was playing yesterday, I just want to see more of them. I think that next semi-final will be extremely exciting to watch.
All right, well, Fiflaren, thank you very much for your time here. We're going to throw it over to Paula and Olofmeister for their closing thoughts.
Congratulations, Olof. Oh, was that me being too loud, or was that light in your face?
The lightning.
Look at the crowd here for you. They were all getting hyped and very excited for that victory. Feels awesome, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really special to play here in Sweden. It's always awesome, especially in DreamHack.
Now, going back onto that performance, you had an interesting map with regards to Mirage, because you had a good T side, but then you couldn't really hold on the CT. VP just too dominant on that map, or were you guys making mistakes?
I actually think that we did a lot of mistakes on the T side. We should have won a lot more rounds, but on the CT side we played bad, but they played really, really good as well. They just owned us when they were T.
On the other hand, Inferno looked pretty darn comfortable. I think it was 13-2 on the CT side. Is that just a map that you guys are just really, really confident with?
Yeah, Inferno has always been a really comfortable map for us, and it's still it with Dennis. We feel even better now with Dennis. So.
Yeah, now, I mean, Cash was relatively a normal affair on CS, so we'll skip that. But now you're going on to another final. You didn't have the run that you wanted at Cluj, the last major. Now we're battling again for 250K, and you've got that opportunity. Thoughts?
We're really happy that we're back in the final, and we want to play against TSM. That's all we want to do. We have played against the Brazilians, and we won. We want to win against everybody. We want to win against the TSM.
I love that response. He's completely predicted what I was going to ask him next, which was, who would you like to play? But leading on from that, do you think there's a chance that LG perhaps could win against TSM based on their performances yesterday?
Yeah, I think it's a big chance. They played really, really good yesterday, and I don't think the result against us really meant that much, to be honest. But they played really good yesterday and have a big chance to win against TSM.
All right, final thing. What happens now in the break leading up to the final?
Just watch the other semi-final and relax and get some food, I guess.
All right, well, best of luck, Olof. Commiserations to the guys on VP. You can now head off. Crowd, if you want to give him and both teams a round of applause, that would be fantastic. We are shortly going to head to a commercial break. Olof, this isn't helping me at all, mate, all right? Yeah, we are going to shortly head to a commercial break, but do not forget to check out the awesome theScore eSports app, one of our wonderful sponsors, and on that app you can check all the live game scores across eSports titles and catch up on all the latest news.